Is it cold? Is it cold where you guys are? You're all wearing. I'm overheating. I think I'm like.
I'm a little bit, yeah, a little bit. I've moved my position so that I've got a bit more lighting. I think, hopefully.
Yes, we can see you. Sangeeta's just arriving.
I spoke to Karis. Is Karis, do you think, joining us?
She should be. Yes.
I think she signed on to Facebook last time.
She did last time, but she's now in the group. So I shared all the logins. Hello, Sangeeta.
Hello. Hi, Praveen. Hi, Vivian.
And let me see. How's everyone today?
We're okay.
Not bad. Yeah.
Good, good.
Once I'm tuning into the group, that my spirit lifts.
Yes.
You know, even if I'm in a kind of I was in a slightly introverted, low place. You know, no judgment, no good or bad to it. But I find that as I gear up to this, I suddenly feel excited and energy. Yeah, exactly. The party animal wants to come out.
No,
we're connecting with people.
What's that, Sangeeta?
It's about connecting with people, isn't it? You just forget whatever, you know, mood you were in, and suddenly you respond to the visuals.
What you're eating there, Vivian?
Oh, it's the froth from my coffee.
I just had a quick lunch.
Did you make one for all of us?
Well, I can do.
I need waking up. I'm like, you know, I could fall asleep.
I'm having mine after this group meeting.
Well, it's a very short one. It's 30 minutes that we have together. We're going to get started. If you see, Praveen, if you see, is it Karis?
Karis, yeah.
Karis. It's quite an unusual name, isn't it?
Yeah, Karis. Well, it's Karis Angel. That's her full name.
Is that her full actual name?
Yeah. Do you want me to give her a quick call?
Yes, you can do.
Okay, I don't want to interrupt our little group. Okay, just carry on.
I'll just mute you. Let's mute him.
I was thinking, just what we're talking about just now, I've been thinking how easily I've slipped into introversion, because I love sociability and I love people and connecting with people, and yet it's been lovely. And I started to think, does that mean I won't want the social side again? But no, I do. And I don't know. But then I've always, you know, all these Myers-Briggs type studies, I've always confounded them, and I always end up bang in the middle anyway. I can be as much of an introvert as an extrovert. So, but I've been really enjoying being stuck at home.
Yeah, I mean, I surprisingly have really got used to this. Yesterday I was talking to a friend and he was like, oh, I really miss going to the pub and, you know, having coffee with friends. And I was like, oh yeah, that would be nice. But, you know, somehow it's not necessary.
I agree. I think it's, I do miss the odd little gatherings. I was actually thinking about it yesterday. I was thinking, am I going to go full back into what I used to do before? And the answer is no. I've definitely changed in the way I deliver my business, but also socially, I will also make some changes. So what about you, Praveen?
Just last night, I was, I attempted to set up a Zoom drink, which I've not done before, but it ended up just being me, because I took that as a sign, because I couldn't get onto Zoom.
Excuse me, you didn't invite us?
I know. Well, not yet. It was two people. It was only going to be two other people, but somehow it just didn't happen. And again, I just sort of took that as okay, just chill out and relax. I'd already just been an hour on Zoom, but I think we're going to go for Thursday, maybe about 8 o'clock. So you're all welcome to join us. It's just, I mean, it could be a few people, it could be a lot. So just if you, again, like any other social evening, if you feel like it, then you're welcome to come. If not, that's definitely not Karis.
Hello, Nicola. Hello, Nicola.
Karis says she's just about to get on.
Okay.
So I don't know where she is.
Hello, gorgeous.
But we can see your hair better, Nicola.
I know.
Hello, I'm here at last.
Well done, well done.
Lots of light.
Welcome to our Tuesday Business Task Group. This is the name. We're just waiting on one more person.
Okay.
And we'll get started. Before we do that, I just want to clarify, we're not going to go through last week's task today. We're moving forward with this week's task. So I know that, Vivian, you've shared yours online, have you?
Put it on, yeah.
If you didn't get a chance yet, Caris just arrived, then you still have time to work on last week's one. You can share it online. Oops. You can share it online, or you can send a Facebook message to me directly. Okay.
Okay.
So you still have a chance to work on it. And Nicola, if you want to grab the template, did I send you the template, Nicola?
I haven't got a clue. I've been on a webinar all day, so, and I've got to join it again after this. So I'm kind of
Your professional face on, Caris.
Yeah, I'm going to let you into a hint. I'm all dressed up. I've got tracksuit buttons on the bottom.
Oh, tracksuits.
Business
I'll
clothes.
tell anyone.
Well,
Nicola, are you doing the branding one?
No, it's last year it's Atomicon, and it's all to do with digital market and everything else. So I go out last year they did it, and this year it was supposed to be at the Page, but the unfortunately, due to all that's happening, they've had to move it online. So there's people from America, and there's Janet Murray, who's kind of one of the big bosses for Instagram leads and stuff. So yeah, so it's that. So I'm kind of hovering in between.
So welcome to everyone who's joining us today. Welcome, Caris, you made it. Yay!
Sorry, I'm a bit late. Sorry.
That's okay. You're here with us today.
Yeah.
Welcome to Nicola, who's joining us for this week. And I'm going to explain how it works. And welcome back to Sangeeta, Vivian, and Praveen. Well done for joining me today. So we are...
I can see everyone now.
Yes, I can see everyone. So we are Tuesday Business Group Task. So that means that every week I'm going to share with you some business tasks, simple, focused, coached group tasks that will help move your small business forward with specific achievable tasks. So last week you had a task I shared. I explained the task over the session, and I shared the template by email. So if you still want to work on week one, you can do. We're not going to go through the result of it today. We're going to move forward with week two today, because we have about 20 minutes to go through quite a bit. Okay. So if you want to share your reflection work, because yes, last week was more of a reflection work. If you want to share your reflection work on the group, it's Limitless Small Business Owners Facebook group. I will share the link again. You can share it on there under Unit 1, because it was week 1. I did my homework as well, because I am moving my business forward. And if you prefer not to share it publicly, you can send it to me on Facebook with a direct message. I'm happy to have a look at it, and I can make recommendations. So that was for week 1. If you haven't worked on it, you still have a chance to just ask me to email you the templates. So week 2, what are we covering today? So we all know that now most of the business is done online, especially during these times, but it's most probably going to continue after the lockdown to be a very important part of our business. So for that purpose, we're going to focus on a very important point of selling your business online. It's all about reviews and testimonials. Okay, Can I have a thumb up? Reviews and testimonials. So I'm going to share this template with you. Let me see if I can share it now on the screen. You see, I'm going to try something new as well. Okay. Can everyone see this? All right, fabulous. Okay, so again, I'm going to share this template by email, so you don't need to take any notes unless you want to take notes on what I am explaining. So this week's task, as you can see, there's a small task 1, small task 2, small task 3, small task 4, and then some examples. Okay? So I'm going to go through all that with you now. And you can ask me any questions. So your homework for this week is going to be task 1, 2, 3, and 4. Thumbs up, everyone. Thank you. All right. So let's start from the beginning. Question for everyone. When you buy something online, whether it's a service or a product, what's one of the first things you do? Let me unmute everyone if I can. Oh, I've lost the mute control. Can you unmute yourselves, please?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah.
let me unmute. Okay, I'll start with Praveen. So,
yeah.
Praveen, what's one of the first things you check when you are about to buy something online?
Well, it's helpful. Well, I suppose if somebody's got an opinion on it who's already used the product.
Yes, absolutely. Fantastic, Praveen. Sangeeta, you raised your hand.
Yeah, I mean, usually on Amazon, the first thing is the reviews and the number of people who bought the product and the star rating that it has. It really helps.
Yes,
not always, but yes, it's a good guideline.
Anyone else?
Yeah, sometimes also Amazon do answered questions.
Mm.
And also if I sometimes I'm aware that when you're looking at reviews that they could be other people making them up, so I might go on an outside forum like Trustpilot or something.
Yes.
And Google it and see what people say to try and get more of a balanced view.
Anyone else?
That's what I do, Vivian, as well. I don't just trust Google. I like to go and do some exploration to see about the product and sort of find out a bit more details about it. And then I tend to go with my gut as well. My gut's kind of quite a big thing for me.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Caris?
Well, all of the above. I always do extensive Google research and click on all the links and check out their sort of social media, their website, everything that there is, YouTube channel, whatever, before I make a final decision.
Yes, absolutely. So we all agree that reviews and testimonials, also frequently asked FAQs, frequently asked questions, are very useful, especially when people are about to purchase service products and even more services. So this is exactly what we're working on today. Now, don't worry if you haven't delivered your services or your products yet. Now is the perfect time to do that, okay? So task number 1 is going to be make a list of all the clients, students, customers who have experienced your services, classes, workshops, or products. So it might not be services, it might be your products, okay? If you're just starting, it's time to deliver, for example, free taster sessions, trials, or ask for people's feedback in exchange for reviews of or testimonials. So straight away, a good number to have is about 10 reviews to have But if you're starting, it's a little bit more difficult. It will take time. So build this with time. But starting with 5 is already a good number. Having some testimonials or some reviews. So task number 1 is going to be make a list of all the people, all the clients, all the students that have experienced your product or your services. So I'm going to ask each one of you, Vivian, Sangeeta, Nicola, Karis, and Praveen, you are going to go on my list, okay? So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got already 5 additional ones, okay? So I'm going to take this as an example, and I will do it because I lead by example. And then you can go back to people who have experienced or purchased, or maybe you have gifted something to someone. I'm thinking in terms of product. Maybe you have gifted something to someone, or you have given a presentation. For example, Nicola, a presentation at the Gaia Network. Make sure that you go back to those people. So this is going to be a reflection time. Make a list, have a little think. Task 1, nice and simple. Any question, anyone, on this first task? All good? Yes, thank you. Okay, so task number 2, you're going to send them a message. You can do this by WhatsApp. You can do this by Facebook Messenger or by email, whichever means of communication you usually use with them. So it might be different with different people. So what I did is I've shared with you an example, which is here. Collect reviews and testimonials. Sometimes it's a very good idea to help them. People have no time. Everyone's very busy, and sometimes they can't even remember. So you're going to help them. So I've created an example here that I'm going to send you all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to send you, all 5 of you, this message. I'm going to say, do me a favor, can you leave me a review? Maybe something like this. And I'm going to prepare an example of what they could leave me as a review. I have joined CCJM Business Group Task, and I found that it really has helped me to get started or adapt or move my business forward. Ariane is blah, 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 blah. And great service from CCJM, thank you. Or something along these lines. I'm happy to review it. WhatsApp me or DM me if you want. Thanks, Ariane. So you're giving them an example of what they could leave you as a review, as a testimonial. And you say something along these lines, and also by offering to review that for them, they'll feel more confident. It has happened, I'm sure. Maybe it has happened with you in the past. You weren't quite sure what to write on other people's reviews. So that really helps. You're telling them, do feel free to send me the review before you post it. Any question, anyone? Clear? Does it make sense to make it easy? Can you unmute yourselves, please?
Ariane, what does DM mean? WhatsApp, which one's DM?
Sorry, Praveen, it's Facebook direct message.
Okay.
Direct message. So they can email it back as well. It's not just a direct message. So we are here. So we've made our list of people, of 5 people if you're starting, or 10 if you have been delivering your services, but you haven't requested reviews so far. It's never the wrong time. You can always go back to them. It's never too late. So you make a list of those people, and you prepare your message. You prepare an example of message. If you know that they'll be absolutely fine to write you a review without your help, fine. Just send them the top of the message, which is here. Would you please do me a favor and leave me a review, okay? But if you think they're going to struggle, then you can help them and say what we mentioned. Is it okay for me to move forward?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just. Okay. So next step is, where would you like them to post the review? Okay. Where is your main business activity? Where is your audience? Are you mainly on Facebook? Are you mainly operating on Instagram or mainly operating on LinkedIn? So where would you like them to post a review? And as some of you mentioned, I think it was Nicola, you mentioned Trustpilot. That's a very good idea. Trustpilot is a very good tool to have when you run a business. There is a free option. You don't need to purchase that. I would recommend you having a look into Trustpilot. So here I have listed a couple of suggestions in terms of where to collect your business reviews. So create a review. You need to have a list of where you would like them to post. So do you want them to post on your website? If you have a website, you might have a section where they can leave a review on your actual website, or you might have integrated some applications such as Trustpilot. In my case, on my website, I have integrated and linked Trustpilot, the free version of it actually. And I also use, like all of you have mentioned, people just don't look at one place. They look in various different places to check the reviews. So you have to start building up slowly your review collection. But before that, you're going to make a note of your handles. Does everyone know what a handle is? Handle? No? So a handle is the address. Let me show you the example here that I have. So I've prepared my list of locations. So if I want them to review on my website, leave a review on my website, I'm going to send them the address, the handle of my review website. If I want them to leave it on my Facebook page, I'm going to copy and paste and etc. Same thing on Google. Google is a very good place to collect reviews as well. LinkedIn, if you're building LinkedIn, if you do business to business, such as myself, business to business is a very good place to have reviews and recommendations. Trustpilot is very good as well. As I mentioned, you can look into the free option. So those are the handles, and I would strongly recommend that you create in task 3 your list here. So you're going to create your list, because you're going to have that list ready for you somewhere. You can keep it on your phone or in your Google Drive, ready to share whenever you want them to post a review for you. So you don't have to look for it every time. Make sense? Thumb up? Thank you. So this is your task 3.
Hold on, can I just ask a question about that last bit you were saying about?
Yes.
Because while you were talking about these places that they can leave a review, what I had in mind, because I've already got a list of people, because thanks to Nicola's book, it is like goes through all this as well. I was going to just write to these people and ask them to send me the review, so that then I can cite it wherever, not necessarily on Trustpilot, but on my website.
Okay, so the answer is you could do that. Although it has greater value coming from the buyers themselves, because anyone can post anything really, especially the person who owns the business. So it's always of a greater value to get the person to post the review themselves. It's a little bit more, it's harder work because you need to follow it up with them. But when people see that actual people have left those reviews, it has greater value.
Okay.
But you can start. You can start by reposting yourself if you wish so. And talking about reposting, this is going to be task 4.
Okay.
It's going to be repurposing your reviews, because as we mentioned earlier, people look into reviews on different platforms. So you're going to repurpose on your different social media platforms the reviews that you're having. So let me show you again exactly with the example. So first, we're going to create a list of 5 or 10 people that have experienced our service or product. Then we're going to send them a message and we're going to ask them, can you please leave me a review? You can suggest the sort of review you would like them to leave or not. You're going to specify where you would like them to leave the review, okay? And you can either ask them to copy and paste one time on all your different review platforms, or not too overcomplicated, which I have done in the past. I just asked my clients to leave a review on one platform, and a little bit later, 2 or 3 weeks later, I would go back to them and say, do me a favor, can you copy and share your review on the following platforms for me? So it's a simple, and I share again the review that they have shared with the public before. So I make it easy for them. I don't want to overwhelm them, to ask them at the beginning to share it everywhere. Sometimes it's just too much. I might go back to them a bit later. And this is where your list comes back also is very useful, because they simply have to click, copy the review that they already have shared with you, and paste it on whichever platforms you have. And you might just have 2 platforms, and that's great. You can ask them at the beginning. It could be Facebook, and it could be on LinkedIn, for example, 2 platforms, or Facebook and Trustpilot. So for the last bit, I'm conscious of the time. We're already close to the end. Then I'll open up for the questions. Tell your audience, your business followers, repurpose your testimonials. Share on various social media platforms. So here I shared an example. I had a review on my podcast. So the post is, if you can see, the post is a screenshot of my Facebook review. So I took a screenshot of my Facebook review and I created a post. And with that post, I'm going to share it on my various social media platforms. So I have CCJM platform on Facebook, on my groups, on my LinkedIn, on Instagram and Google. And I've created a post sharing this, sharing on all my other. So once you have a review, you can also repurpose it as a post. Great advertising. It doesn't have to be stuck on the review platform. You can create a post from it. Okay. The last thing that you could do with it. So with the same reviews that you have collected, you can repurpose it and share it on your personal Facebook page, for example. And the reason I say personal Facebook page is we have a great following on our personal accounts as well. And a lot of them might not be aware that we run a business. I don't know about you, but just this week alone, one of my friends contacted me saying, I've just realized that you're a small business consultant. Can you help me? So, and we've been friends online for quite a little bit. So it's very important to share sometimes. This is why I put occasionally, to share sometimes some of your business, especially successes and celebrations, positive things about your business on your personal page as well. And this is what I did with this example, where I said, I love to hear great feedback. If you haven't discovered it yet, check it out. True Entrepreneur Story podcast here. And I tell my friends about it because they might not know if they're not on my business page. So I'm going to share all this with you by email, okay? So just to recap before I open up to the questions, task 1 is make a list of all the people you could ask to leave you a review or a testimonial. And if you haven't yet delivered any of your services or your products, now is a good time to do it, asking for a testimonial in exchange or a review. Task 2 is to write up the message, and you can inspire yourself from what I have shared. Task 3 is to create all your handles, all your addresses. You might need to create some. So if you're not on Google, it might be a good thing to create your presence on Google Business. And LinkedIn is a very important one as well. So I would definitely encourage you to create a presence on LinkedIn and Google. Check out Trustpilot. You have a free option there. Task 4, share on your social media platforms and on your personal social media as well. Voila, this is task for this week. And I think we're good with time. I'm going to open up for the questions. Please unmute yourselves.
Just a quick question about Google. I've already got a Google account.
Yes,
how do I actually get into the review section?
So if
you have to set up Google My Business, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what Google do you have? Do you have a business page?
Not in Google.
Okay, so I can share a post on that, Vivian. I'll share that in the group.
That would be good. Thank you.
Google Business. Okay, I'll share that in the group. Thanks for asking, Vivian.
I'm actually quite lucky because what I do is normally during the process of the service that I do, I sort of start to drip feed about the feedback that I'd like to get. So I'm quite lucky in the sense that my clients are pretty good at kind of sending me emails with testimonials. So I've got quite a lot on my website. And then obviously I try and get them to do Facebook, but then sometimes I do kind of come in and say, look, you know, could you do a testimonial for me? But you don't have to, there's no pressure, but it just makes it easier for people to see how, you know, how I can improve my service, or whether it was, you know, 100% I did my job well. And you tend to find 9 out of 10 people are pretty au fait about doing testimonials, and you shouldn't feel uncomfortable, because most of the time clients will actually volunteer if you kind of drip feed them a little bit and kind of sort of just take baby steps with it. So definitely ask for and get them to share them on Facebook as well, because if you use Facebook as a platform, it's a really good place for people to actually see your testimonials. And I actually take mine and make a post out of them. So I do that every so often, and I'll put them on different pages.
Well done.
So and I'll brand it so people can see, hence the branding story, Vivian. I brand it. I only put little snippets in, so I don't put the whole testimony, enough in that I think will kind of engage the person to see the testimonial and kind of think, oh, I like that. So yeah, so just
well done, Nicola. That's really good. If just a little note, if you haven't started yet delivering your services or your products, what you can do instead of getting reviews or testimonials for things that you haven't delivered is get recommendations from people who you have worked with in the past. So people who can share what sort of person you are to work with. So you can do this at the very beginning. This is what I have done at the beginning of some of my businesses where I didn't have much to show or share. So you can ask people you've worked before to share a few lines about who you are as a professional delivering what you do. I hope that helps. Any question? Anyone else before we finish up?
No, that's good.
Sorry, can I just say one thing as well? If you've done a service or a product or anything that's been for a family member, please ask them for a testimonial, because
yes.
still a client, even if you've done it free, a bit like Ariana said, you know, and this will get you used to asking for them, because I did some free work for my cousin, but I made her give me a testimonial for thanking me for doing that, her hair and makeup and clothing.
And
so
absolutely, Nicola, and I would add to that, Nicola. So it's 6 of us here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of us here. Okay. So if you want us to try something of yours in exchange of a testimonial or review, please do that. That will count as 1. Okay. Please use your network and try to follow the steps. Pretty straightforward. Do ask any questions on the group, or send me a direct message, DM on Facebook if you need to. I will review last week's task if you have shared them online or if you have sent them by direct message. Good luck, everyone.
Well, Ariana, I'm going to send you a message for a testimonial.
I'm just going to say, Ariane, that's yeah, I'm looking forward to doing the testimonials. I don't think that will be a challenge for me, but at the moment I don't really have anywhere to put them onto in terms of that's the only thing I want to the next thing I need to get set up. I know a friend of mine, Bruce, some of you might know him, he's set up a platform and I'm getting my website done on there. So yeah, I can definitely get the testimonials together, but it's just what to put it on.
You can start. Are you on Facebook, Praveen?
Yeah, I could do a Facebook page. I mean,
okay.
I've got a personal one, but I don't have a business one yet.
So I would start with that. That's very quick to do.
Okay.
So focus on one.
Yeah.
And start collecting from there. Collect for one platform. Then you can go back. As I said, you can go back and ask them, by the way, you left me a review a little while back. Here it is. Would you mind copy and paste it on those other platforms?
Gotcha.
So please get started now.
I think that's a good idea, and it's a good prompt, because Ariane, as you know, I've been meaning to collect reviews for months now.
Yes.
I got it from you, but that has been one of my problems. It's like my website is still under construction, and you know, just hesitating.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
just
not being very decisive. Yeah. So maybe I'll post I have a page for my paintings, Facebook page. Maybe I'll post that.
Yes, start. Facebook is start with a Facebook page. That's where I would start. It's very easy. And like I said, you can go back later. Once you worked on the other platforms, you can ask them, you can remind them, this is what you shared as your review. Make it easy for them and build it from there.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That's lovely.
All righty.
Yay.
Yay. Okay. So I will email that. And please do share with your friends who you think might benefit from all this. And yes, you'll get a message from me.
Yay. Oh, Ariane, can I just invite everyone, if anyone's free, to come to the Adventures in Wellbeing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Post it in the messenger group.
Yeah.
Yeah, just post it in the messenger group and we'll join.
Ah, yeah. Okay. Brilliant. Brilliant.
Absolutely.
Messenger group. Lovely. Thank you.
All right,
You all.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
Karen.
Lovely
Bye,
to see
Nicola.
you.
See you, Vivian.
Bye.
Bye, Sangeeta. Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Ariane.
Thank you.
Where am I? Oh, I'm still here.